Number 4, since all theoretical physicists have studied quadratic equations, no theoretical physicists are dummies. For no one who is a dummy, who has studied quadratic equations, is a dummy at math. Okay, a little tougher one. And remember, sometimes you rely on the fact that you find the conclusion at the end. We found out that's a mistake. Sometimes people rely that if it's not at the end, it's the beginning. But remember, I told you it can be anywhere. So the first thing we want to look for, premise and conclusion indicators. Well, the first word is since. So something happened since indicates a premise that's following the word since. So we see we have a premise. We're going to probably have a premise following since. Now we go down, and then we have for. We have something for something else. For is like because. So what comes after for is usually a premise as well. Okay, so now it's kind of tough because we see if we have premises here, normally you want to start figuring out what the conclusion is. This one makes it really hard to do that. But we see if we just assume that we have the premises, which we're putting in parentheses, right? It looks like what comes after the since is a premise because it's a premise indicator. What comes after a for, it's giving us a reason. Remember, since, what follows since is a reason for something. What follows for is a reason for something. No one who has studied quadratic equations is a dummy at math. Okay, and that only leaves us one last statement. So it looks like that last statement is our conclusion. No theoretical physicists are dummies at math. Okay, now you guys going to leave it to your own because I don't want to run up too much time to go back and finish actually putting the arguments into the standard format, but you guys can figure out how to do that on your own and do it to get used to, finish that up and get used to doing it on your own.